Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rex Talks. I'm Thomas. I invented the Rex protocol and I wrote the Rex smart contracts. And today I'm your host. Today we are going to talk about a feature of Rex that just went live. It's a decentralized exchange for active stakes, the stake DEX. We're going to explore today what it is, why it is, and what that means. So before we start, be aware I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is just informational purpose, whatever that means. I know you get it. So just for a minute, let's just recap. What is Rex? Rex is a cryptocurrency and a store of value. Ideally, you hold Rex in your own software wallet, in your own custody, and transfer values without any middleman, fast and cheap. Around the world, a cryptocurrency for everyone. But it's more than that. Rex also provides a built-in investment option called staking. When you hold Rex in your wallet, you can lock them up, those tokens, for a desired period of time and receive more Rex as rewards, like in a blockchain savings account. So users can create unlimited of those stakes and gain rewards. This is how it works. And yes, Rex is not the first to offer that. So what is special about Rex? In Rex, users can transfer such stakes, active stakes, those deposits, to another account, to another person. In this way, the time-locked deposit, this time-locked stake that has a certain value for sure, can be transferred as well to another account. This makes a stake, such a deposit, a cryptocurrency itself. So in this way, a stake becomes a commodity. And this is very interesting. So now, Rex aims to be the most flexible cryptocurrency in the world. If you, as a Rex user and staker, urgently need money at some point in the future, what are your options as a Rex user? You could, at first, sell liquid Rex from your wallet that you have in your custody in your wallet. Just sell them to get some money, right? Second thing, probably you know that is possible. You can withdraw already earned Rex from your revocable stakes. So you made those stakes, they've been running for a while, so they accrued some interest, some rewards already. You can withdraw them and sell them. You can only do that when you created this stake where you want to withdraw the rewards from as a so-called revocable stake. But that's possible in Rex. That's the second option. And the third one is you could just transfer a stake. So maybe if you don't have enough liquid Rex in your wallet, and maybe in your stakes the rewards that are earned and you could withdraw them wouldn't be enough either to cover the costs that you have, the money that you need urgently, you could transfer the stake. But how do you find the buyers? How to offer that? How to just transfer it to a friend that you know? How do you find the buyers? That's the problem. So there's a very simple solution. We created something like an eBay for stakes. People who want to get rid of their stakes, who want to sell them, can just offer them. That's built in the smart contracts. So it's a place where users can offer the stakes on the website. You visit the website, connect your wallet, and you can click any stake under certain, there are restrictions, but you could easily offer a stake by just clicking it, setting a duration for your offer, let's say 7 days or 10 days or a week or two. I think it's 7 to 30 days, the duration offer, the duration of the offer. And you can set a price, like in eBay. You just say, I want $1,000 for this thing. And it will appear, and you confirm the transaction in your software wallet, and then it will appear on the website. So what we created, and this is new, is a decentralized exchange, a DEX, for stakes. Everybody knows there are decentralized exchanges for tokens, like PancakeSwap, for example, on the Binance Smart Chain, or Uniswap or SushiSwap. All of those decentralized exchanges out there for tokens. And Rex managed to create, invent, program, test, deploy, and get to function this decentralized exchange for active stakes. So this is now an option where people can, when needing money urgently, they're not forced to early end their stakes or to sell liquid tokens. They can just offer whole stakes, like in an eBay for stakes. Just offer them so everybody can see it and just buy it with a click and just a single transaction. So there is no intermediaries, no middleman, nothing. You just like set your own stake that you want to offer. You just like give it a flag. This is for offer. In this time, of course, you cannot transfer it otherwise or split it or do other things with it. In this time, when it's on the decentralized exchange and listed and as an offered stake for other people, of course, you can't do anything else with it. But you can revoke the offer anytime, so it's back in your active stakes. So you can just try, for example, to offer a stake, and maybe somebody buys it or not, and you can revoke that anytime. But when it's active and somebody clicks on it and accepts the price by doing that and buys it for themselves, then of course it's gone. So you will see it in your in the staking section of the website that we can see right here. All your active stakes and even the transferred stakes, the sold stakes, all of those things. So maybe let's just have a look at that quite quickly. You can see the Rex website right here. With the auction phase, we had 222 days of auction, 110 days are left. So we're like in the middle of the auction phase. This is our assistant, how to do that. What is Rex, how to onboard. This is some quick links and some videos, how to stake, what is all of this. You find all Rex links right here. Yeah, this is the white paper. This is the link to the Rex Classic protocol. And this is our app. And so what you can see here is your dashboard. What is Rex, innovations, how to connect your wallet. You have the contract addresses. If you're familiar with cryptocurrencies, you know all of those things. Here are some helpful links as well, our Twitter and Telegram group. You can always ask questions in the Telegram group, right? If you have any problems or don't want to read the FAQ. So what you're going to do is you connect your wallet with whatever you have. In this case, it's MetaMask. So I just picked a random address right here. And so you can see what's in this wallet that is connected right now. You see a lot of liquid Rex, which is $1,800. Some staked Rex right there. There is 2 DREX in this wallet, and also some BUSD tokens. Quite a lot of BUSD tokens. This is some general information. Okay, you have a big payday checker and all of those things here. But today we want to talk about staking. So let's go to staking quite quickly. Here's some more information about what's special. You should, if you haven't already, please read all those information things here, the question marks, click the buttons. Here you can create a new stake. Here you can create multiple stakes, which is very interesting because unlike in other staking protocols, in Rex, you can create a whole staking ladder, like 50 stakes with just one single transaction, or a bulk, like you create 50 same stakes in a single transaction. This is possible in Rex, saves you a lot of time and makes your life, makes you less varying. So we can see in our active stakes section that we have some active stakes right there. They have a description, and it has been made with the T-Rex or not, has a start date, end date, progress. So you can see how long it has been running already. You can see the principal, the amount of Rex that have been staked, and the shares that are in the stake, which is basically a number for how much rewards it earns per day or per year, like the rewards earning power. And you can see the APY that it currently earns. So this is like 16%, 15%. And this is not too much, or maybe it is much compared to traditional finance. This has something to do with that it only lasts for a year. So this is quite a short stake, I would say. So it earns like 12.9% plus a little bit because it has been made a T-Rex, gets some more shares, earns more than 12.9. This is not the topic for today, how much a stake earns. There is another video about that. Just read it if you like. This is the active stakes, and what you can do right now to be listed on the decentralized exchange, you can see the link here on the left side. You just go to a random stake, go to actions, and you could rename it. You could split your stake if it hasn't been split already. You can transfer it or you can offer it. And when you say, I want to offer it, this is a stake that we made for giving it away for participating in AMA. So this is still to be done. So I could just offer this one for a duration of, let's say, just 1 day, and it has to be 5 BUSD or more as the price, like let's say $5. And I can just offer the stake, and it tells me to now make a transaction on MetaMask. I will do that quite quickly. So you can see that this is being processed right now. And when that's done, transaction successful. You can close it, and you see it's gone. It's gone. It's not in the list any longer, but you can see it here. It's now an offered stake. You can see it right there. This was the stake with my name. Now it's offered. So when I go to the decentralized exchange for the stakes, I will be able to see this, I think, at the very bottom, because this is a list with IDs, and there's always a new ID, new ID, new ID. This is the first 20, so I have to go to the next page and go down. So this is already number 77 of the offered stakes, and you can see this is my $5 stakes, the offer with $5. This is much too cheap. So before you buy it, I will immediately revoke my offer, which I can do here as well. So just going to revoke this. So it's revoking right now. Here you can see all the active stake offers. You can filter them. For example, let's say, oh, the transaction is successful. So I have it back right now. Let's check that quite quickly. It's right. It's back here. Okay, perfect. It's 4 again. Awesome. So you can see that for example, the ID 1 and 2, they are already obviously bought, so they are not here in the active list any longer. 3, 4, 5 is gone already. So you can see that it already works. There's a lot of stakes. We could buy a stake right now, but which one should we buy? A new one, an old one? We can filter those things by the number of shares from 2, or the number of racks that have been staked, the principal, the price, whatever. So if I want to spend 1,000, I could say, okay, list me anything from 700 to, I don't know, 2,500, and just apply the filter, and I will see there is none. Okay, so I should go price is, let's say price max is 1,500. So I will see all the things that are in there, and I can delete the filter again. I can sort them by, for example, the dollars per Rex. So I can easily check BUSD per Rex. This number should be as low as possible, I guess. So I pay as few BUSD as possible for my Rex tokens. So I would be thinking that it's useful to buy them from the top down, if you're willing, if you have the money. Yeah, this is how it works. And you can also see the expired stake offers. So those offers are still there, but people, when the duration of the offer, for example, this one is number 76, is running for another 3 days. If the person who has offered this does not revoke the offer for his stake, it will be expired and be in the list below. So you cannot buy, of course, stakes where the offer has expired. But this is also important to know. When you offer a stake and it expires, you have to still do the transaction to revoke the offer, to get it back into your active stakes, because it's still not active. It's still like in a status that is between offered and expired. So you have to revoke the offer still when it has expired. It doesn't come back automatically because that's not how a blockchain works. So you still have to put it back into your active stakes. That's what I just did. Okay, awesome. So you see those ones. So if you see this right now and one of this is yours, you have to revoke your offer. There will appear a button right here, I guess. So you have to revoke that. Here are some closed stakes offers. That means successful transmissions. Somebody bought those stakes. Okay, perfect. This is how it looks like. And in your staking section, you can see the active stakes again. Mine is active again that I just offered and revoked the offer. And here you can see your transferred stakes. This is a stake that has been created and named Happy Birthday, James. This one has been made for James Pelton, by the way. And we transferred it to his wallet. So he will be able to see that when we do an AMA with him on Monday. I hope he will be able to find it and see it. It's just 10,000 Rex principal stake with 120,000 shares in it. This might be a lot worth a lot in the future. So I just wanted to show him. We just wanted to show him how this works. That you easily can just transfer a stake to another person, and it has been created and sent from this address. So from this account, so you are able to see this here in your transferred stake. Perfect. So what does this mean? We now have this decentralized exchange enabling people to offer their stakes. These are the active offers from people who wanted to just offer a stake. So let's just for a second talk about why maybe this is useful. We talked about it so far, that it's another way to get some money back into your wallet when you don't want to sell your liquid tokens, or you don't want to withdraw interest from your stakes. So I could also go to my stakes and say, okay, these stakes have been running for a few days and they have been accrued some rewards so far, but it's not that much, because maybe the duration of the stakes, 70 days, okay, that's not too much. I can't even withdraw the staking rewards that have been earned, because as you can see, those red lines right here, all of those stakes are irrevocable. So I can't withdraw the staking rewards that have been earned already. And so that's not an option for me. So if I need money right now, I could sell some of my liquid Rex, or I could just try to offer a stake for maybe a good price. So that would be an option. And this brings obviously more flexibility to the whole ecosystem. I think we should say, or we could say that this is probably encouraging people to stake. This is probably encouraging people to stake more of their tokens. Because why would I have so many liquid Rex that are not like put to work, that don't earn me any rewards? Why would I hold all this liquid Rex when I have the possibility to, when put into a stake, to sell the whole stake? So I think that the decentralized exchange will lead people to staking more. Okay, this is the Rex marketing wallet. So this is why there are some liquid Rex as well, and also some staked Rex, because we can create stakes here, and then so this is just something that we need for the project to maybe use some of the liquid tokens, for example, to send them to the Rexiverse in the future. So we bought some Rex from time to time, so that's why there are some liquid Rex right here. But as a normal user, why would you have so many liquid Rex in there, not earning rewards, when there is less risk attached? As you know, that in other staking protocols that exists in the cryptosphere, there is, in the very most of all of these projects, there is not a possibility to liquefy the stakes that you have. There is no possibility to trade them or even to transfer them. There is no such eBay for stakes where you can offer them later or maybe even trade on stakes. None of those things exist. So I think in Rex, that's a very good thing. And that certainly will lead to the people staking more because there's less risk attached and more flexibility. And this is exactly what Rex has been designed for. And so presumably, this leads to a higher price stability because more tokens will be staked in the future because the decentralized exchange exists now. And so it could be that there is less volatility in the future. Of course, in regards to if there wouldn't be a DEX. So what we're trying to do here is create something that is not as volatile as maybe other cryptocurrencies. That's why we use this locking up of the tokens, the staking protocol, and have a lot of flexibility in there so that people can use the decentralized exchange for stakes as well to transfer values, so it doesn't have such high price effects. So that's the idea of all of those things, flexibility. So as you can see, the DEX for stakes is active since, basically today, let's say yesterday, but for me, it's still the same day where I live. So the DEX is now active, which is awesome. It's the first time, I think, in history there is something in decentralized finance, something like an eBay for active deposits. Think of Rex as a traditional finance certificate of deposits built on the blockchain. And this hasn't been done before, and Rex has invented that. So this is quite a historic moment right there. So good to have you all here and witnessing this, right? You could really say today Rex unleashes its full DeFi power. That's basically what it is. Now Rex has all of those things that it can give, can provide you as a user. All of those things are now active and working, and it's beautiful because you can really see that it is working. This is exactly what has been. This is what the blockchain says right now. This is read from the blockchain. You can see those things exist as active offers on the blockchain. You could as well go to BSC scan and look those things up. The code is published. Everybody can see that on the Blockchain Explorer on bscscan.com. Everybody can just check that, find the code, read the code, and read the offers. There is a list in there. So the website is just displaying what's happening on the blockchain, right? And offers you to do all of those things. I mean, we could just buy some stakes. I think we could sort them by BUSD Rex. I think this is the marketing thing, so I don't spend money right now, but we could spend like, I don't know, $150 for this stake. There is this BUSD. You just go to buy the stake. Oh, I've just seen that all the things that and now we can say, okay, you can use my BUSD tokens. And there will be a second. This is just allowing the contract to withdraw the BUSDs that we have to pay, those 150 BUSDs. This was just the allowance for that, to allow the contract to do that. And this is just the confirmation of the whole transaction. So you can see that my wallet called Rex interacts with this very smart contract, which is the stake DEX contract. And it will cost me probably like 2,000 of a BNB. So this is quite cheap, right? For just doing this transaction. It's cents. It's basically cents for doing that. Compare that to traditional finance. Imagine you go to the bank, open such a deposit, locking up money for a year. You have fees. You have so heavy fees, large fees to pay. You have to bring, of course, your ID. You have to maybe not only provide money, but also source of income. You have to do all of those things. And in DeFi, you don't have to do any of those things. You just get a software wallet, fund it, and then you can buy stakes, whatever you like, and sell your stakes again. I could buy all of those stakes and immediately offer them back. When I buy them, they will be in my list of active stakes, and I could just offer them again for a higher price. So people could do that. But of course, that's not really the purpose of all of those things. Rex is basically made for being a cryptocurrency that is transferable. You transfer values, but there is also this built-in investment option staking, where you can stake your tokens for a certain period of time, and you can make it irrevocable or not. And so you just get rewards. And the decentralized exchange is just the place for people who really need money in that very moment. I think all those prices that we see here are just, and I saw a stake that was 20,000. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's 4 million like tokens staked for a certain duration, and it costs 20,000. So I think that's maybe too much. But so you can see already that people are playing around with those things, and I love it because this obviously proves that all of this works so beautifully. Um, we just made that in the video, in this video before. We just offered, and so it was in the list, and we revoked it again. And you can see that a lot of stakes have already been sold successfully, and that's the good news. So it is still to say that it's very early in Rex. It's very early in Rex. We are still in the auctions phase, which is 222 days long, and there are still a lot of days to go. It's just today. It's just half through the auction phase. So this is still the time of heavy inflation because we are creating all of those tokens in the auctions every day. We are still creating a lot of Rex tokens every day. So we inflate heavily in this very moment. And this means that it's good to have the decentralized exchange already, so everybody can see that this works. So it gains a lot of trust for the project, which is very important, so that future investors will be able to see that all of those things that Rex has ever promised works perfectly, flawlessly. And you can't even, of course, you cannot trick the system. You cannot trick the smart contract in any way that you, let's say, create an offer, but it could be sold twice or something like that, because the functions of offering the contract that manages this, which is the stake DEX, which should be in the list, and it's right here. So this contract, the DEX contract, is managing, and of course, this DEX contract has been audited 3 times, like by 3 different auditing firms, and you can be sure that it exactly does, and you can now see that it exactly does what it should. You can see it here, and it works, and you can try it yourself. And I think that's what people do right here. They just want to check out if it really works, and you can see it does. So that's the good news. But still, we must say it's very early in Rex. And the true power of the decentralized exchange for those stakes, I think, will unleash in, let's say, a year or 2. Because when would you really need it? When the price has appreciated. So let's think 1 year further, maybe. Maybe the bull phase in crypto sets in again in the next, let's say, month or whatever. And you can see that the price is rising, and you created all of those stakes with your liquid tokens. So you have a very long list of stakes right there. And you can see that when the price rises and you translate that into dollars, you don't have to translate it, you can read it right there. What your stake will be worth then. Now, for this small stake is just $21. But let's say the token did 1,000x. Of course, that's not probably nonsense, but within a year. But let's just say that. So this thing would be $21,000. And let's say I need the money. Okay, luckily this thing is only a year long, but you know what I mean. Imagine you made 10 years long stake, and this could be one of your staking strategies. We made a video about that. Maybe you find that useful. So imagine this is a very long list of 10 years long stakes, maybe. Then you would be able to just offer them. I mean, you could close them early. It's irrevocable, so I can't do that with this stake. But let's assume it's a revocable stake, then I could end it early. Of course, there would be a penalty, so that's not good. So in Rex, you could clearly have a lot of options. Let's say I could now just, for example, split this stake For example, this is my auction stake. This is a stake where we participated auctions with a few dollars. And so let's just split this thing. We can do that quite quickly. If anybody knows why this MetaMask window is always so small and not going to full size, please tell me. Okay, transaction successful. That was quick. So what I can see right now, I just split the stake. I now have two auction stakes, this one and this one. They have the same parameters, but the principal has been split into two, and the shares have been split into two. And when I add those things up, I can we can re-watch the video later and check if it was correct, but it must be correct. So yeah, I could now, what I just did is split a stake, and then I can just offer one of those stakes. That's a possibility in Rex. You don't have to sell a whole stake. You could, if it hasn't been split already, you can split it. Now I can split this one again, and of course I can split this one again. But I could split this one because it hasn't been split yet. So I could split this one and then just offer like half of that, like for example, from those auction stakes. So if you haven't figured out all of this already, play around with it with maybe small amounts or whatever, and just try it for yourself. It really works beautiful. You can see I just split the stake. So there are now two auction irrevocable stakes. And so let's just rename it to hi, Tim. I don't know. Or like to this is Rex watching you, and then let's just send that to Vitalik, or I don't know. This is Rex watching. Okay, this is weird. Anyways, we could just do that. So this is how it works. I don't know if you've seen all the videos, but this is interesting that you can do all of those things in staking right there. Okay, so the idea. Let's get back to let's not make it too long. Let's come back to the future of the decentralized exchange. So when there is price appreciation in the future, and you can see that your stakes have become very, let's call it, this is Rick watching. Let's say they get very, there is a lot of money in it in the future because the price has been appreciating over the month and years. Then maybe you just want to offer this for sale. And not end it early or whatever. So this is just another option in terms of flexibility. And now that the price in this time of the auction phase, half through the auctions, is quite low at the moment, and so that a lot of people who have bought liquid Rex before are now below their entry price. That means probably it's not useful for people right now to use the decentralized exchange for stakes at the moment, because probably they will get less than they have invested. Of course, because the price in here will always be something like when you now go to PancakeSwap, get yourself some liquid tokens and stake them yourselves. I think this is somehow also a benchmark for this thing. And in the future, I think we will not see too many outliers, like very, very cheap BUSD per Rex stakes, or very expensive ones, but see something that is somehow in the middle, like reasonable prices, of course. I think we will see that. So I think the DEX will become very important in the future, but I'm still very happy that we have all of those stakes already and people use that and test it out. So that's really cool. So let's just quite quickly go into the statistics of, let's say, staking. We can see that there is a total active stakes of 28,000 active stakes right there. So the potential for the decentralized exchange for the stakes is quite immense. And I think the number will still go up in the future, of course, because more people will find Rex, find it useful, find it cool, start to use it, and will create stakes as well. So I think this number will rise. Also, when people trade their stakes, this number will probably not go down too much, but rise and rise and rise, like the share price that has been up from the beginning, like 4.69%, started at 0.1. So the earlier you stake, the better. And you can see that the stake REX are like going down in this very moment, like all the time. And you can also see the expiring shares, like you can see that in like February 12, something like that, around middle of February, a lot of shares will expire, which basically means that a lot of stakes will end, so people can end the stakes. And this probably has an influence on the price, maybe, or yeah, everybody can figure that out for themselves what that might mean. But it's cool to have that already in Rex right now. There are other projects who needed many months and to have such statistics, and so it's very cool that Rex has all of these things already. I think that's very useful. And of course, for when you want to create stakes, there's a staking calculator as well. So you can go to calculator Rex.io, and you can see this calculator. So you can see the total stake tokens as well. This is a little tool that Yonko has built, so you can play around with your numbers and the staking duration, and you will see the staking rewards based on the current share price, the shares to receive. You can play around with it a little bit, right? To understand better how to create stakes, if it's useful, maybe to buy a T-Rex or not, or to create it irrevocable or not, to get more shares. Yeah, you can see that you will receive more shares right there when you make it irrevocable or put a T-Rex into it. You can see those effects and understand the protocol better. It somehow supports you even after reading the white paper, which is linked right there. This is our white paper for Binance Smart Chain deployment on mainnet. There were very interesting videos as well. Yeah, this is the deep dive into Rex video series by Dr. Kelly Snook. You can just check that out and go to YouTube and click away the the advertisements and then see all of these videos. So you can see here the Rex white paper part 1, 2, 3, 4. So this costs you some time, but it will really help you understand and harness the full power of the protocol. So that's that. There's also videos, Rex Crypto for Beginners. So if you're watching this right now and you don't know how to get started with Rex, we have all of those things for you here. So it's even in Chinese, in Hindi. So we're adding more and more languages as well. So you can learn how to create a wallet and to do all of those things that you just saw. To understand that, please make sure to understand what Rex is. I said some things about Rex already, and always regard the security information. In cryptocurrencies, you are your own bank. So you have the keys to a bank. So if anybody asks you for the keys, what do? Nothing. Don't give them your keys. That's the sole responsibility that you have. So please read all of those things if you haven't already. If there are suspicious people, always report them to us. When investing, only invest what you can afford to lose. That's so important. And distribute your REX. Your risk. I said distribute your REX. You should also distribute your REX, absolutely. But yes, really distribute your REX. Do not just have Rex in your wallet. Buy other tokens as well. Just regard those the things that are just that are linked here. The Kramus 25. This is very useful for you for how to invest at all in whatever. Maybe invest into, I don't know, stocks and crypto and distribute your risk. Don't only buy one cryptocurrency. Buy more of that. Make up your mind, develop a strategy, distribute your risk. In the Rex link tree, there are also a lot of links that you can click. For example, if you want to talk to people, you really have to go to the Rex communities, which is another link tree. For example, the English Rex main chat. There's a Discord with how-tos and FAQs. All the AMAs are linked. So if you really want to deep dive into Rex, talk to the people. There's a German Wohnzimmer group, a Nederlandse Rex chat, the Gruppo Italiano, and many more. We're adding groups all the time. So I think for the moment, is there anything else to say? Yes. Another thing, when you want to stake and you have staked and you have your stake in your list and you want to offer it, you can only offer it when your stake has passed 10% of the staking duration, like you locked up your tokens for 222 days and you already progressed past 70 days. That's 31%. So this is more than 10%. So you can offer this stake. But if it's less than 10%, like if it was only 10 days old, the stake, it wouldn't be possible to offer it. So if you want to offer a stake on the decentralized exchange for stakes right there, this stake must have passed 10% of the staking duration that were like the duration where you locked your tokens up. So this is very important to know. So the stakes that are 10 years long and its staking duration, so the very powerful passive income creating revocable 10 years long stakes, you should really watch the video with Kelly, the Rex Talks, 2 Rex Talks before. I think it's linked in the description later. You should really watch that. This is one of the strategies. So those stakes won't be in the list for another 3/4 of a year, because when you have a 10 years long stake, it must have passed 1 year, which is 10% of 10 years. It must have passed 1 year until the person who has created this stake can offer it here. So you won't find those things right here. You won't find a 10 years long stake right here, because that's not possible at the moment. So if you want to use this decentralized exchange for whatever reason, you just make sure that you create a stake that is so long that you will be able to offer it in a certain, in like, let's say you want to sell a stake in 20 days, then it cannot be longer from its staking duration than 200 days, because you wouldn't, if it was longer, you would need to wait more days to offer it. Okay, I think you get the idea. You can only offer your stakes that have passed 10% of its duration. You can, but I think that's the only restriction. You can offer it whether it's irrevocable stake or revocable, or if it's made with a T-Rex or not. The only thing is, it must have passed 10% of the staking duration. And the other thing, of course, is when you have a revocable stake and you want to offer it, it's only possible when you haven't withdrawn rewards before. So imagine this is a revocable stake and it has Rex rewards earned already. I would, if it was revocable, it isn't, but if it was revocable, I would be able to withdraw those already earned Rex right now. I can't because it's irrevocable, but I could. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to offer it afterwards. So if you withdraw rewards from a revocable stake, if you do that once, you won't be able to offer the stake any longer. That's the thing, because the contract would be too complex if we allowed that. You might ask yourself why. Yeah, this would be incredibly complex in terms of the smart contract. And we added a new function. You can download your stakes. If you click that, you will be able to have a comma separated value files, so you can maybe do some, I don't know, calculations in your Microsoft Excel tool, or you could, for example, pass that on to your tax people who want to calculate your taxes or something like that. Yeah, so that's a new feature. You can download your stakes. Okay, so I think this was a general introduction into the DEX for stakes. Let's see how it all turns out in the future. Thank you very much for watching this so far. I think we explained a lot of those things. There will be a lot of questions, I think, about it. So we will have in like 12 minutes a Twitter Spaces where you will be able to join, which will also be recorded. So if you missed this video and are watching it later, you will be also able to check the questions and the FAQs in the Twitter Spaces later, because that will be recorded as well. I think we covered some of the topics that are interesting about the first ever decentralized exchange for active stakes and decentralized finance. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all in like 11 minutes on Twitter Spaces. And for this very moment, I want to thank you very much for watching this, and talk to you later, everybody. See you all on Twitter Spaces and in the next Rex Talks. Cheers, everybody.